In today's video, we're going over 10 Tesla features that often catch new owners off guard. Buying a Tesla is a huge leap. It's not just another vehicle, it's a whole new experience. From how you open the doors to how you drive and charge up. There are features you simply won't find in other regular vehicles or even most other EVs. So today, I'm breaking down everything you need to know before you get surprised by your own Tesla. Let's jump in. Alright, so let's start with one of the most important yet often overlooked features of any Tesla vehicle being the emergency manual door releases. Now, normally you'll open your Tesla by pressing the small electronic button on the interior handle or from the outside by pushing the wide part of the flush handle to make the narrow end pop out and pull it open. That's the standard way, and it's what Tesla recommends for long-term use to avoid any wear on the mechanisms. But every Tesla also includes manual door releases for certain emergencies, and it's something every owner should know about before they actually need it. If your vehicle ever loses power, you can pull the small lever beside the window switches on the front doors to open them manually. For rear passengers, many Model Ys and newer Model 3s have a hidden mechanical release tucked behind a small cover in the door pocket. Just pull the cable and the door will open. Now, it's worth mentioning that each Tesla model differs slightly, so check your owner's manual for the exact locations. You'll also find a glow-in-the-dark trunk release inside the rear compartment, a safety feature that's designed in case someone becomes trapped inside with no power. For the record, there's also one of these in the front that you can see right here. Now, these manual releases shouldn't be used during a normal operation though, but only in a real emergency. They're an absolute lifesaver. Next, let's talk about autopilot and full self-driving, FSD for short, because there's still a lot of confusion about what these systems actually do and what they don't. Every new Tesla comes with basic autopilot, which includes traffic-aware cruise control as well as auto steer. In simple terms, it can automatically maintain your speed, adjust distance from the car ahead, and help keep you centered in your lane. It's designed to reduce your driving workload, not replace you as the driver though. You still need to keep your hands on the wheel and stay attentive at all times because your Tesla isn't making independent driving decisions in this mode. Then there is full self-driving, of course, which is a paid upgrade that takes things a full step further. It can handle lane changes, navigate city turns, respond to traffic lights and stop signs, and even drive from point A to point B fully with minimal input from the driver. It's incredibly advanced technology, but it's still considered a supervised system. You'll either pay a monthly subscription or purchase it outright, but regardless, you remain responsible for monitoring the vehicle. In fact, Tesla now officially refers to it as FSD supervised for that very reason. It's one of the most capable semi-autonomous systems available today, but don't be surprised when your Tesla occasionally reminds you to stay alert. For the record, I do not think it's worth paying for this outright at $99 a month. I personally only turn it on when I go on a longer road trip. And so doing the math here, that's a heck of a lot of $99 months to make up the full $8,000 US price tag. You might be thinking that taking a long road trip in an EV would be a bit stressful potentially, worrying about range, charging stops, and all of the logistics that go with this. But in a Tesla, it's actually much easier than most people expect. I've recently been surprised by just how seamless a road trip or just longer trip in general is. Tesla's built-in trip planner automatically maps out your entire route from point A to point B, including all the necessary supercharging stops, and even preconditions your battery before each one of these stops to speed up the charging. And with over 70,000 superchargers worldwide, all running 24/7, planning a long drive is far simpler than it might sound. Once you punch in your destination, the car does the rest. It calculates exactly where and when you'll need to stop to minimize both driving and charging time. You can even enable online routing, which automatically reroutes you around heavy traffic and gives you real-time updates along the way. And when it comes to charging speed, it's really impressive. Under good conditions, superchargers can add roughly 200 miles of range in about 15 minutes, depending on your model, battery health, and the temperature outside. It's just enough time to grab a snack, stretch a bit, and check your phone without ever feeling like you're waiting around. And despite the rumors, frequent supercharging isn't actually bad for your battery when used normally. I actually have a full video breaking that down. I'll link it right here and down below so you can check it out after today's video. Hey, by the way, I want to take a quick second here to talk about today's video sponsor, myself. There's no sponsor for today's video, so if you enjoy my content, please just leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out the links I have down below in this video's description to help support the channel while getting some great products and value along the way. Now, even though supercharging is perfect for long road trips, one of the best parts about owning a Tesla is just how cheap and convenient home charging really is. It's easily one of the biggest lifestyle upgrades that comes with switching to an EV, and it saves you a ton of money over time as well. Tesla follows a simple charge where you park philosophy. Essentially, you plug in at night, go about your evening, and by morning, your car is fully charged up and ready to go. There's no gas stations, no waiting around, no detours. It just becomes part of your daily routine, and honestly, you just forget about it and start taking it for granted. So unless you're traveling long distance, you'll rarely ever need to use a public charger either. I hardly ever do, in fact. Most owners install a 240 volt wall connector, like the one right here, which is considered a level 2 charger. It's much faster than the basic level 1 mobile connector, which only adds around 2 to 3 miles of range per hour, or roughly 30 to 40 miles over a full day. That's fine for shorter commutes, and I've had many people in the comments over the past year tell me that their commute is fine using only a level 1 charger, but with a wall connector, you'll easily get a full overnight charge without any hassle or stress about it. And the nice thing is you have flexibility though. Thanks to Tesla's huge supercharging network, you can start with the basic setup, see if that does fit for your routine, and then if it doesn't, like myself, or if you live somewhere where it's really cold in the winter, you can then upgrade to level 2 later if you need those faster top-ups. And when it comes to cost, it's shockingly affordable. Home charging typically runs anywhere from 4 cents on the really low end up to 16 cents per mile, or around $3 to $5 for a full daily charge. That is dramatically cheaper than fueling a comparable gasoline vehicle, and it all happens while you sleep. Next up, one pedal driving. This is one of those features that completely changes how your Tesla feels on the road compared to other vehicles. When you lift off the accelerator, the car automatically slows down using what's known as regenerative braking, which recaptures that kinetic energy and then feeds it back into the battery instead of wasting it out as heat. The result, well, smoother deceleration, better efficiency overall, and way less brake wear over time, meaning your pads and rotors last much longer before ever needing replacement. To experience the full effect, set your stopping mode to hold. This gives you true one pedal controls. Your Tesla will slow all the way to a complete stop and then stay there without you ever touching the brake. It might feel odd at first, but seriously, after a few drives, it becomes second nature and is really enjoyable. Just remember though, regen braking can be limited when your battery is very cold or fully charged up to 100%. In those situations, the car automatically blends in friction braking to keep your deceleration smooth and consistent. It's really seamless though, you'll barely notice the difference. All right, next on the list, this one always catches new owners off guard. There's no start button and no engine sound, of course. You just sit down in your car, press the brake, select drive or reverse, and then go from there. The car wakes up automatically as soon as it recognizes your phone as the key. And that's one of the coolest, most seamless features that Tesla offers. Setting it up is really simple. In the Tesla app, you can pair your phone as a phone key. And if you enable walk away lock, the car will automatically lock or unlock as you approach or leave the vehicle. It all works through Bluetooth, so as long as that is turned on your phone, your Tesla is always ready to drive the moment you open the door. Now, for peace of mind, Tesla also includes key cards as a backup. I'd recommend keeping one in your wallet in case your phone battery dies or Bluetooth glitches out for some reason. But overall, using your phone as your key is incredibly effortless, and after a while, it just feels like second nature. The idea of using a key fob really becomes this archaic idea. Another feature that surprises a lot of new Tesla owners is that you don't need a dash cam or any third-party setup to keep your car protected. Tesla builds that right in through its dash cam and Sentry mode, both powered by the same cameras that run autopilot and full self-drive. The dash cam continuously records from multiple angles, front, rear, left, and right, saving the footage to the USB drive in your glove box. Some Teslas come with a drive already formatted and installed, while others might require you to add your own. Either way, setup takes just a few minutes, plug it into your glove box port, and you're ready to go. From then on, every drive and incident is automatically saved and easy to replay right from the car's screen. Now, when the car is parked, Sentry mode takes over. Think of it as a built-in alarm system. If someone gets too close, touches, or damages your car, the cameras activate, record the event, and send an instant alert to your phone. And if you have premium connectivity, you can even view a live feed of your car's surroundings straight from the Tesla app, which is a feature I absolutely love. That said, Tesla recently went a step further by letting you play back and save dashcam and Sentry footage directly in the app, meaning you can check incidents remotely without ever removing the USB drive. It's one of those features that makes Tesla ownership feel light years ahead of competition. Next, let's talk about the Tesla app, because it basically turns your phone into a remote control for your entire vehicle. Once your Tesla is linked up, you can manage almost everything right from your phone. Lock or unlock the doors, flash the lights, honk the horn, open the trunk or charge port, vent the windows, and even preheat or cool the cabin before you get in. If someone else is driving your car, you can also check its real-time location and status directly on the map. The app also gives you detailed charging stats, showing exactly how much you've spent on electricity and how much you've saved compared to gas over time. It's a simple interface, but it's incredibly powerful, and it's one of those features that quietly makes owning a Tesla feel years ahead of anything else on the road. Another big surprise for a lot of new Tesla owners is just how little maintenance these cars actually need over time. There are no oil changes in the traditional sense, where every 5,000 miles you have to get your oil changed. There's no spark plugs and far fewer moving parts than a gas-powered vehicle. Thanks to regen braking as well, even your brake pads last so much longer since the car uses the motors themselves to slow down most of the time. And beyond that, the only regular items to keep in mind are tire rotations every 6K miles or so, and a cabin air filter replacement about every 2 years. That's pretty much it. Tesla also makes it very easy to stay on top of everything. There's a maintenance summary built right into the touchscreen that shows your service history, reminders, and what's coming up next compared to a traditional ICE vehicle. It's a far simpler, lower maintenance ownership experience overall. In fact, in my 2021 Model 3, the only thing I ever had to get repaired in about 70,000 kilometers driven were some of the suspension components, such as also the control arms, which were notorious for falling apart on the 2021 models, though that has been upgraded for the brand new Model 3 as well as Model Y. And anyways, all of that was covered under warranty. And finally, one thing that still blows me away about Teslas, even the slowest models are so freaking fast. Every Tesla has that instant electric torque, so the acceleration feels immediate and effortless. Even the Model 3 rear-wheel drive standard range, which is the one I have, can go from 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, which is way quicker when you're already moving, while the performance trim does it at an incredible 2.9 seconds. That is literally supercar territory in a quiet, everyday sedan. And on the road, the power delivery feels smooth and controlled, giving you sharp handling in city traffic and plenty of punch for highway driving. For perspective, most regular sedans take 7 to 9 seconds to reach 0 to 60, so even the base Tesla really gives you performance that completely outclasses most cars in its category. If you enjoyed today's video, please support my work by checking out my Amazon storefront down below in this video's description to pick up some great Tesla accessories. It is filled with products that I personally use and recommend to make owning your Tesla even better. And if you're picking up a brand new Tesla as well, check out my $5 delivery day checklist for the 3 and Y, link down below as well. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.